11th grade vocabulary words, teacher's list. Week 1. Contingency. A future event or circumstance that is possible but cannot be predicted with certainty, possible future circumstance. Contour. The outline of a figure or body, the edge or line that defines a shape or object. Contrary. A person who thinks differently from other people, a person who does the opposite of what is expected. Contrite. Feeling or showing sorrow and remorse for a sin or wrongdoing, penitent and eager to be forgiven. Conundrum. Riddle, puzzle, problem with no solution. Conviction. A strong belief or opinion, firm assurance. Cordial. Warm and friendly, gracious, hearty. Corpulent. Fat, having a large, bulky body, obese. Corrosion. Act or process of causing deterioration, a wearing away, of metals. Corrugated. Shape into folds and alternating ridges and grooves, that is cardboard. Cosmopolitan. Worldly, at home in many places or situations, internationally sophisticated. Cower. Draw back tremblingly, shrink or crouch in fear, cringe, recoil. Credible. Believable, reliable, plausible. Crescendo. The climatic point or moment in such an increase, peak. Critique. To evaluate how good or bad a book, play, painting or set of ideas is. Crucible. A severe test or trial. Crusade. A prolonged, impassioned struggle for what is believed to be a just cause, a campaign, a holy war. Cursory. Hasty and without attention to detail, brief and incomplete. Debonair. Charming, having a sophisticated and attractive manner, smooth and polished. Declamation. A speech intended to protest or recited from memory in public. Eleventh grade vocabulary words, teacher's list. Week 2. Amorous. Strongly moved by love, loving, inclined to love, enamored. Amorphous. Lacking shape, changeable in form, having no definite form. Analogous. Similar to, so that an analogy can be drawn, comparable. Antagonism. Hostility, active resistance. Antiquated. Obsolete, out of fashion, no longer usable. Apathetic. Showing or feeling no interest, enthusiasm, or concern, showing or feeling no interest. Aphorism. Concise statement of principle, adage, pithy maxim, in a few words describing a general truth. Apostate. A disloyal person who betrays or deserts his cause or religion or political party or friend, a person who renounces a religious or political belief or principle. Arbitrary. Capricious, randomly chosen, tyrannical. Archaic. Outdated, associated with an earlier, perhaps more primitive, time. Archetype. An original model after which similar things are patterned, a perfect or typical example. Artifice. A skillful or ingenious device, a clever trick, a clever skill, trickery. Ascension. A movement upward. Ascertain. To find out, as through investigation or experimentation. Assiduous. Persistent, attentive, diligent. Assuage. To make something unpleasant less severe, to lessen pain, satisfy hunger, soothe anger. Astute. Shrewd, crafty, showing practical wisdom. Asylum. Sanctuary, shelter, place of refuge and protection. Atone. To apologize, make amends, to make up for. Autonomy. Self-government, political control. Eleventh grade vocabulary words, teacher's list. Week 3. Autumnal. Characteristic of autumn, blooming in autumn, period of maturity verging on decline. Bellicose. Warlike in manner, demonstrating aggression and willingness to fight. Beneficent. Performing acts of kindness or charity, conferring benefits, doing good. Benevolent. Kind, good, caring, showing kindness or goodwill. Bleak. Cold or cheerless, unlikely to be favorable or bright. Boisterous. Marked by or expressive of exuberance and high spirits, loud, energetic. Bolster. Support and strengthen, reinforce. Bombast. Inflated or extravagant language, especially on unimportant subjects. Bravado. A pretentious, swaggering display of courage. Browbeat. To intimidate by a stern or overbearing manner, to bully. Bulbous. Having a rounded bottom and tapered top, like a bulb, bulging. Cabal. A secret group seeking to overturn something, small group of persons secretly united to promote their own interests. Cacophony. A disagreeable, harsh, or discordant sound or combination of sounds or tones. Cahoots. Plural, questionable collaboration, secret partnership. Cajole. Persuade by pleasant words, wheedle, coax. Camaraderie. Rapport and goodwill, trust among friends. Canny. Shrewd and careful, watchful of one's own interest. Captivate. To keep someone's attention by being interesting, attractive, charm or enthrall. Carnage. Great destruction of life, slaughter, massacre. Ceremonious. Marked by formality, excessively polite, or relating to a grand and formal occasion. 11th grade vocabulary words, teacher's list. Week 4. Charlatan. A person who pretends to have particular knowledge or skills, a fraud, a con artist or fake. Chastity. Abstaining from sexual relations, as because of religious vows, sexual or moral purity. Circumstantial. Referring to accompanying events that lead someone to believe that something actually happened, dependent on circumstances important but not essential. Cite. Quote, command, make reference to. Classify. Arrange or order by class or category, group together based on similar traits. Cogent. Forceful, convincing, relevant, to the point, clear. Coherent. Logical and consistent, holding or sticking together, making a logical whole, comprehensible, meaningful. Colossus. A person or thing of enormous size, importance, or ability. Commission. To assign a duty or task to somebody, assign duties, to hire. Complacent. Often without awareness of some potential danger or defect, self-satisfied. Comprise. To include, contain, be made up of. Conciliatory. Intended to placate or reconcile, overcoming distrust or hostility. Confederacy. An alliance between persons, parties, states, a conspiracy. Congregate. Come together into a crowd, assemble, gather. Connotation. A meaning or association suggested by a word beyond its definition, suggested or implied meaning of an expression. Conscientious. Taking care to do things carefully and correctly, wishing to do what is right. Consolation. Relief or comfort in sorrow or suffering. Consternation. Dismay, confusion, amazement or fear that makes one feel confused. Contemptuous. Showing contempt, scornful. Contiguous. Sharing of order, touching, adjacent. Eleventh grade vocabulary words, teacher's list. Week 5. Decrepit. Run down, worn out by age. Deface. To mar the appearance of, to vandalize, disfigure. Defer. To submit or yield to another's wish or opinion, to put off or postpone. Deflect. To bend or turn aside, turn from a true course or straight line, swerve, to redirect. Degenerate. To grow worse, decline in physical, mental, or moral qualities, having lost the physical, mental, or moral qualities to be considered normal and desirable, showing evidence of decline. Delineate. Portray, depict, sketch, to describe accurately. Delirious. Suffering from extreme mental excitement or being extremely confused, wild with excitement, enthusiasm, frenzied. Delusion. A false belief or opinion, a mistaken or unfounded opinion or idea. Demeanor. Behavior, manner of conducting oneself. Deplorable. Worthy of reproach or censure, disgraceful, egregious. Desolation. A lonely grief, misery, barren, devastated solitude. Desperado. One without regard to law or life, a reckless or desperate person, one ready to commit any violent illegal act. Despot. A tyrant, one who rules oppressively. Deviate. To turn aside from a course, to stray, to be different from something, to do something in a different way from what is usual or expected. Dexterity. Skill in using the hands or mind, deftness, adroitness, expertise, mental or physical skill and quickness. Dilettante. A person who cultivates an area of interest, such as the arts, without real commitment or knowledge, an amateur who engages in an activity without serious intentions and who pretends to have knowledge. Diplomacy. The art of dealing with people in a sensitive and effective way, negotiation between government officials representing various countries. Diplomatic. Tactful, skilled in dealing with people or sensitive situations. Disavow. To deny responsibility for or connection with. Disciple. A follower of a teacher of philosophy, one who believes the teaching of another, or who adopts and follows some doctrine. Eleventh grade vocabulary words, teacher's list. Week 6. Discombobulated. Confused, discomposed, consternated. Disconcerting. Upsetting in a disturbing way. Discretion. Cautious reserve in speech, ability to make responsible decisions, the trait of judging wisely and objectively. Disenfranchised. Deprived of a civil right, marginalized. Disparage. To describe someone or something as unimportant, weak, bad, etc., to belittle. Dispel. Dismiss, eliminate, cause to vanish. Disposition. Prevailing tendency, mood, or inclination, temperament. Dissent. To publicly disagree with an official opinion, decision, or set of beliefs, object to. Divergence. A deviation from a course or standard. Dogma. A belief or set of beliefs that is accepted by the members of a group without being questioned or doubted. Domicile. A home, legal residence. Dormant. Inactive, in a state of suspension, sleeping. Drudgery. Boring, difficult, or unpleasant work. Duplicity. Deceit, hypocritical deception. Effectual. Producing a desired result or effect, adequate. Effervescent. To bubble, hiss, and foam as gas escapes, to show liveliness or exhilaration. Egalitarian. Universal equality, believing in the social and economic equality of all people. Egregious. Extraordinary in some bad way, glaring, flagrant. Elation. State of being elated, euphoria, a feeling of great joy. Eloquence. The ability to speak or write well and in an effective way. Eleventh grade vocabulary words, teacher's list. Week 7. Elude. To escape from someone or something giving chase or searching. Embargo. An order forbidding the trading or movement of commercial goods, any restraint or hindrance. Embezzle. To take money for one's own use, in violation of a trust. Embolden. Give someone the courage or confidence to do something or to behave in a certain way. Emerge. To come forth into view or notice, as from concealment or obscurity. Emphatic. Expressed with force or conviction. Enact. To make legal or official, to perform. Encompass. To surround completely, to include something, to be a part of a whole. Endear. To cause to be well liked, to make of higher value. Engender. To bring into existence or produce, to come into existence, assume form. Enthrall. To captivate, charm, hold spellbound, to enslave, to imprison. Entrench. To fortify or protect, to establish something securely. Ephemeral. Lasting a very short time, temporary. Epigram. A short poem or phrase that expresses an idea in a clever or amusing way. Epic. An interval of time, memorable for extraordinary events. Eradicate. To remove or destroy utterly, annihilate. Erroneous. Containing error, mistaken, incorrect. Esquire. A member of the English gentry ranking below a knight, used as a title of courtesy. Euphemism. A mild, indirect, or a vague term substituting for a harsh, blunt, or offensive term. Evoke. Bring forth or summon a memory, emotion, reaction. Sullen. Adjective, silent or brooding because of ill humor, anger, or resentment, slow-moving, sluggish. 11th grade vocabulary words, teacher's list. Recate. Exacerbate. To make a situation worse. Expedite. To speed up, to make things work smoothly and quickly. Expostulate. To attempt to dissuade someone from some course or decision by earnest reasoning, to disagree, to object, to reason earnestly. Expressive. Showing emotions and feelings clearly and openly.